Hello, how are you doing today? And how was your trading week? Welcome to week 3 of the 100 to a Million series. And in this video, I'll be sharing with you a quick recap of week 2 and a breakdown, trade breakdown, a market breakdown for week 3. So quickly, the quick recap of week 2. Here on the screen are the market we analyzed for week 2. That was last week. The Euro AUD, the Euro CAD, Euro CHF, NZD CHF, and the NZD JPY. So after analyzing these 5 markets, we waited for the setup to play out, and fortunately, we had one as early as Monday. So here was the market. Okay, the Euro CHF. I will show you the analysis on TradingView. So here is a quick recap of what went down last week. So we had this engulfing candle on our neckline. Although this spread was crazy, the broker we are using had a crazy spread. We had to wait for the spread to reduce before we took our trade. If you remember, the account size was 200. We found 100 to 200 the week 1. So this is the account size starting with in week 2. When we started in week 2, we had 200 in the account. So the goal was to reach 50% to make 150%, 1 to 3 risk to reward ratio. But hence the reason for this trade. But the markets, you can see here, so risk 50 to make 200, and that was 2 trades. In 2 trades, 2 entry, 2 positions. Do you get? So for the market went quickly against us. So therefore, we lost the trade, we lost the market. Can you see 50% of the account size? We lost that, and the account balance now, the starting balance is now 104, which we are starting with. Okay, so this is the history. The history. You can see the deposit, the profit we made in week 1, and the loss we made in week 2, bringing us back to break even. We are starting again in this week 3. It's $100 with we are starting this week 3 with 100. So that means we are only risking 50%. We are not risking the whole 100. So we are risking just 50 out of it to make a potential 1 to 3 risk to reward ratio. So quickly to our TradingView. So here on TradingView, this where the Euro CHF. Okay, so we had the we had this pattern, this head and shoulder pattern, and we are anticipating to take our trade at this neckline, this particular neckline. So this was the trade. We had this chart pattern, head and shoulder, so this neckline, anticipating to enter this neckline. So the engulfing appeared at this particular point, this particular neckline, and H1. So we enter that engulfing. Unfortunately, we are completely wrong about this move. So also for every other market we analyze, the NZD CHF, we are anticipating sell. You can see we have the head and shoulder pattern, so we are anticipating the break. We have the break of the neckline, so the retest, then engulfing and sell, but then price move completely against us, so we are completely wrong about the NZD CHF, so also the NZD card and the likes. So that is a quick recap of week 2. So now to week 3. Week 3, we are interested in just this is the watch list for week 3. Euro card. So this is what you are looking at on week 3. You have the Euro card, the card CHF, the CHF JPY, and the NZD CHF. So this four markets is what you are interested in taking in week 3 of this trade. So here is it. Starting from the weekly time frame. So on the weekly time frame, you can see clearly the engulfing candlestick we have on that particular point of interest, that area of interest. The last weekly candle is a bearish candle that completely engulfs those candles. So we have a bearish engulfing candle on the week 3, which signals that the price can potentially move to the downside coming this week 3. So on 4-hour time frame, on the 4-hour time frame, you have this chart pattern, this head and shoulder. You have this head and shoulder chart pattern. You can see clearly here. You can see here the left shoulder, the head, and the right shoulder. So clearly you can see this head and shoulder pattern. Price has broken this neckline to the downside. What are we expecting? We are anticipating price to give us a quick retest back to this neckline. The price to retest this neckline, once price retest this neckline and break it, to let price retest this neckline. Rather, I didn't say break it, sorry. So as price has broken this neckline, a quick retest engulfing candle, now you'll be looking for a much stronger engulfing candle. That will be on H4. So engulfing candle on H4, then we can take our sell to the downside. We are anticipating a sell signal on this particular market, and that is that as quick as it is and as simple as it is on Euro card. So on card CHF, you start again from the weekly time frame. Also, we have a bullish movement, a bullish engulfing on this weekly time frame. The last candle engulfed the previous candle. So the last blue candle engulfed the red and the other doji candle. We have a bullish engulfing candle right there on the weekly time frame, and also a nice inverse head and shoulder on the H4, the hourly time frame. So we have right here, we have the left shoulder, the head, and the right shoulder formed there on H4. And we can see right there the resistance zone. So the resistance level, which also is the neckline for the pattern. So this particular resistance level, we are expecting price to break it clearly to the upside. Once price break it clearly to the upside, give us a retest and engulfing on this area of interest. So once price engulf on this area of interest, as you see an engulfing candle on this area of interest on the retest on H4, we take our buy to the upside, riding this head and shoulder, this inverse head and shoulder pattern. That is that for card CHF, as simple as it is. So CHF JPY, CHF JPY market is completely bearish. So the market is completely bearish. So the market have moved from bullish movement to bearish movement, even on the weekly time frame. You can see the market structure is completely bearish on weekly time frame. So also on the daily time frame, you can see price forming a lower high, lower low, lower high. Let me show us that. So this was the last bullish leg. Then that was the lower high, giving us a new lower low, then price from a lower high, then a lower low right here. Now this particular point can be a potential lower high. So this last leg can be a potential lower high for price to give us this new lower low down to the downside. Do you get? And you can see the last candle on the daily was even a strong bearish engulfing those about 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 candles So that is a strong bearish movement, a bearish momentum right there. So what we are anticipating in the coming week is that this chart pattern, this double top pattern, this double top pattern formed on H4, a quick retest to that particular point of interest, then bearish engulfing candle, then we take our trade down to the downside, take the sell trade down to the downside. So this is the expectation or what you're anticipating on CHF JPY. Can you see very clean trade? And also NZD JPY. Although NZD JPY was one of the trade we analyzed, and the analysis is still much more valid, still solid, still have the head and shoulder pattern, the neckline. Though the neckline already broke to the upside, we are only interested in selling it. So if price should rally down below this particular neckline, so if you can see a price movement in the coming week like this, break it to the downside, then a quick retest, then we can take the sell. So this pattern or this setup is still valid. That is why it's still appearing on our watch list. Patience is what is required. So once you have that break and retest the downside, we take our sell trade. So that is that about that. So the market we're anticipating for, we have the Euro card, the CAD CHF, CHF JPY, and the NZD JPY. These are the four markets we are interested in taking in the week 3 of the 100 to a million series. So thank you very much for watching to the end. Kindly do well to follow for more and subscribe and like this video. And if you want to catch this trade with me live, I'll be sharing the live update on the IG account FX Engine and even on Instagram X and even on Twitter X, formerly Twitter, FX Engine also. So just search for FX Engine on Instagram and FX Engine on FX Engine 17. I will have the link in the description below. So follow for to catch this trade live. I'll be placing my entry. So once this market is ready to enter, I will post it live on my X account and IG account. So you can also benefit from this movement. Thank you very much and see you in the next one.